There's been a lot of noise. Will Travis Kelce retire? Will the Chiefs cut him? I don't see Kansas City letting their franchise legend just walk away. But if Kelce stays with the Chiefs, there are some things that need to happen. Let's get into it. First off, the Chiefs' salary cap situation. They have just under $16 million in cap space for 2025. Not a lot to work with. And Kelce's cap hit next year? Nearly $20 million. That's a massive number for a 35-year-old tight and nearing the twilight of his career. If they cut him, they'd save $17 million. Some people think that's the easy solution. But let's be real. Kansas City isn't just dumping Travis Kelce. He's more than just a player. He's a brand. He brings massive marketing value to the team. And even at 35, he's still one of the greatest tight ends the game has ever seen. The Chiefs are still in a championship window. Mahomes has already restructured his contract multiple times to help the team. Why wouldn't Kelce do the same? They need cap space, but they also need Kelce. This offense already had struggles last season. If they lose him too, that's a disaster. I keep hearing people say he's washed. Sure, you could call last season a down year. 823 yards, only 3 touchdowns. But that's still top 5 production for a tight end. And it's not like Mahomes was throwing to a stacked receiving core. No Tyreek Hill, a constantly changing wide receiver lineup, and Rashee Rice, who, by the way, is coming off a knee injury. You can't just assume he's going to be 100%. And let's not act like Kelce is irrelevant. When they needed him most in the playoffs, he delivered 117 yards and a touchdown in the divisional round. You're telling me they don't need this guy next year? They absolutely do. He may not be in his prime, but he's still Mahomes' most trusted weapon. Unless the Chiefs go out and land a true elite wide receiver, they can't afford to let Kelce go. People keep pointing to his Super Bowl performance, saying he wasn't as dominant. But let's be honest, Mahomes wasn't at his best either, and the Chiefs' offensive flow just wasn't there. And here's another reason I don't think Kelce retires: money. But not because he needs it. In fact, it's the opposite. He's already earned nearly $94 million in career earnings, and off the field, he's making just as much, if not more, through endorsements, his podcast, and deals with Amazon. He's one of the biggest names in sports and practically a Hollywood star at this point. He's not hurting for cash. I think he wants to cement his legacy with Kansas City. No way he walks away like this. No way he lets his last moment in a Chiefs uniform be that Super Bowl loss. The Chiefs owe Kelce an $11.5 million roster bonus on March 14th, so we'll know soon what the decision is. Do I think Kelce is retiring? Absolutely not. Do I think he and the Chiefs will work out a new deal? Absolutely. Let's see what happens. What Patrick Mahomes say about Travis Kelce.
Travis to come back for next year, or is that one of those things you got to give him his space to make his own decision?
I'll let Travis make that decision on his own, man. He's given so much to this team and to the NFL, and been such a joy, not only for me to work with, but for people to watch. And so he knows he still has a lot of football left in him. I mean, you can see it. He always makes plays in the biggest moments. But it's if he wants to put in that grind, because it's a grind to go out there and play 20 games, whatever it is, and get to the Super Bowl. And he's done enough to be a gold jacket guy and first ballot Hall of Famer. But I know he still has love for the game, and he'll get to spend some time with his family and make that decision on his own. But I mean, he knows he'll come back here with welcome arms.
Now, how much does Patrick Mahomes make? Contract details, salary breakdown, and what you need to know about his record-breaking deal.
Yard of Houston, 3 receivers to the right. Mahomes stepping up again, tries to throw. Late caught! Touchdown! Kansas City!
What's the price tag on greatness? If you're Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar quarterback, it's a record-breaking $450 million. But how does that compare to the other top quarterbacks in the NFL? And what's the deal with his salary for 2025? You're about to find out. So hit that like button, share, and subscribe to stay in the know on all things Mahomes and the NFL. Now, Let's start with the contract that made headlines in 2020. Mahomes signed a jaw-dropping 10-year extension with the Chiefs worth $450 million. At the time, it was the largest contract in professional sports history. The deal averages $45 million per year, and it was the contract to beat. Though Mahomes has since been surpassed by a few other quarterbacks in annual salary, his total contract value still stands head and shoulders above the rest. This mega deal includes $141.5 million in guaranteed money, ensuring Mahomes would be set financially for years to come. However, the Chiefs quickly realized they needed to rework the contract after his first few seasons. So, in 2023, they restructured Mahomes' deal to bring his yearly salary closer to $52.65 million, aligning him more with the highest-paid quarterbacks. Looking at the numbers, Mahomes' 2024 base salary is $9.85 million, but thanks to restructuring bonuses and other incentives, his total earnings for the year are expected to hit $45.75 million. The $27 million restructuring bonus plays a big part in that figure, and his cap hit for 2024 sits at a hefty $37.01 million. But it doesn't stop there. His cap hit will balloon to nearly $66.26 million in 2025 unless further adjustments are made. Now, let's put those numbers into perspective. Mahomes is currently tied for the 12th highest in the NFL in terms of average annual value AV at $45 million. But his restructured deal pushes him up to $52.65 million, which would rank him 7th among all quarterbacks. Still, that's behind some of the league's other top quarterbacks, like Dak Prescott at $60 million AV and Joe Burrow at $55 million AV. When it comes to guaranteed money, Mahomes is sitting at $141.5 million. Still impressive, but not as high as some of the other quarterbacks, like Prescott or Deshaun Watson, who have contracts with guarantees nearing or exceeding $230 million. Yet, despite the competition, Mahomes' deal still holds the top spot in terms of total contract value. At $450 million, his contract remains the largest in the NFL, outpacing second-place Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence by a massive $175 million. It's clear that Mahomes has set the standard for what a franchise quarterback can earn. But the most fascinating thing? He's still driven to prove himself and continue working on his craft. Whether or not his contract gets another reset after the 2026 season, one thing is certain. Patrick Mahomes is going to keep earning at a rate almost as fast as his touchdown passes. Want more updates on Patrick Mahomes and other NFL stars? Drop a comment below. Hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. We've got plenty of NFL content coming your way.